In today's news, it is official, Ripple has just become the future world central bank. With this post from Metaco stating all Metaco updates and news for institutional grade custody solutions can now be found on Ripple. This move allows us to better connect with our community and provide even more valuable insights. This is confirmation that Ripple is now a complete digital asset custody service. This is massive news, and in a sense this has been predicted to happen for years and years now. Here we can see from XRP Jobs, former Rippler Miguel Villas points to the possibility that Ripple could become a lender of last resort back in 2019. Listen closely.
Like, how do you intend to distribute the rest of the XRP then?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, Mahir. And I don't necessarily know that we'll ever distribute all of it. In my mind's eye, there's a possibility where, we end up more of a lending kind of, more of a lender of last resort capacity, maybe. I think that would be a little strange for a software company, and maybe some things would have to change structurally, or maybe we have to have a different organization or something. Who knows, right?
So, as you heard, for this to happen, Ripple would have to change structurally as a company, and as of today, Ripple and Metaco officially merged together to become this lender of last resort, to become this new future world central bank. Furthermore, the Reaper Coin CEO Patrick Riley has stated in the past that XRP is expected to make unprecedented gains, furthermore potentially even to surpass or even replace Bitcoin in the future, and with Ripple becoming a world bank, meaning trillions upon trillions of dollars are about to flood through the XRP ledger. This prediction of his is starting to become more and more likely. Listen closely.
If you want to be one of those future tycoons, one of those future trillion-dollar companies, you need to be on the XRP ledger.
What would that make for the entity Ripple?
Well, that would make Ripple the world bank.
Expand upon that.
When you look at the patterns and history of money to where we are right now, after the petrodollar, after we came off the gold reserve, there's really only one competitor, and that is XRP.
Now, we have been seeing numerous signs of this happening before our eyes. XRP's institutional influence and power happening already, as I covered in my last video. Uphold CEO Simon McLaughlin reveals that right now, massive financial institutions, big banks that we aren't aware of the names of right now, but very, very well-known names, are utilizing Uphold services right now. They're utilizing XRP as a payment to exchange and make transactions into fiat. They're using XRP right now as a bridge currency. With this massive development from Metaco and Ripple, XRP's value, in my opinion, is on the verge of an explosive breakout for a number of reasons. For one, there's three reasons. For one, this is further confirmation that crypto, and XRP in particular, will continue to go mainstream. In this instance, in this report here, it talks about how the transition to T1 settlements in the United States and Canada will be a major theme of 2024. Then immediately after that, it states crypto takes off as more traditional FX markets will use crypto in 2024. They will use XRP as blockchain continue to become incorporated, to become the center stone of this new financial system. The second big reason why this massive development from Ripple and Metaco will result in an explosion, a breakout for XRP in the future, is because such a move from these two institutions, these two companies that are working together, makes it that much harder for the SEC to fight them. With Ripple now becoming a complete digital asset custody service, it's so much harder for the SEC to fight them, or at least to come out victorious, because Ripple is becoming a trusted world central bank, one that is already being used by the big companies, the big banks that are currently under NDA. And this will continue to grow more and more. Ripple services will continue to grow more and more in the future. And once this lawsuit is over, when XRP wins, they will become unstoppable. Especially due to the last and arguably, in my opinion, the most important reason why this development with Metaco and Ripple will lead to an explosive breakout for XRP It is because regulations worldwide are starting to be enforced. Here we can see from XRP drops Turkey to submit long-awaited crypto regulation bill. The world is moving forward. MiCA will be in effect at the end of June next month, and the United States will soon follow as they're now starting to incorporate their FIT21 Act. Very, very big news. Furthermore, in this hugely massive breaking announcement from a man called Dennis Porter, a bill has been signed into law in the state of Oklahoma, protecting your fundamental Bitcoin rights, the right to self-custody, the right to spend Bitcoin and digital assets, the right to mine Bitcoin, the right to run a node, and it will also ban additional taxes when Bitcoin and digital assets are being used as a form of payment, protect the ability to mine Bitcoin at home, and eliminate the need for Bitcoin mining and digital asset validators to obtain a money transmitter license. This is huge, huge news for crypto, for the future of crypto, and also for the future of our financial industry. In the words of Mike Novogratz, he deems that regulatory clarity that's happening right before our eyes will be the next major catalyst for Bitcoin, therefore for crypto, therefore for XRP. Pay close attention.
So Bitcoin always needs a narrative, right? We're still in this cycle where all of crypto is about narrative. And if you think of Bitcoin as digital gold, there's always two narratives. One is the macro and two is adoption. So in the first quarter, we had the halving coming in, but mostly we had this huge adoption of the ETF. So as that gets priced in, now you're looking for what the Fed can do. And we had originally thought the Fed would be cutting rates, not just Galaxy, but the whole market. And it's pretty clear right now the Fed's on hold until they see the data turn. Powell really does believe the data will turn down at one point, inflation will come lower, and they'll be cutting rates. But right now, everything's on hold. And so I think until you see that movement in short-term rates, both here and abroad, and or more regulatory clarity, Bitcoin probably trades in a range. You know, the old high is 73. That probably is the top end. 50, 55 seems to be a decent support, 53, 55 in that zone. And we'll trade there sideways until that new catalyst comes up. And you never know when the catalyst shows up, but it's going to probably be with rates going lower or regulatory clarity coming.
In this post from Cyprus, clear regulations will pave the way for institutional adoption, and regulations are coming much faster than most of you are expecting. MiCA starts its implementation phase next month. That's how close we are right now. Now, short term, this market correction or any hiccup we could have, like a potential stablecoin collapse, like USDT collapsing right now because the US government are going after Tether, this will obviously be painful. But stop thinking short term. Think long term, zooming out. The direction of this digital asset market, this landscape long term is up. It's bullish. It is very, very green. Listen closely.
I think you are going to see down the road the regulation of the development and use of certain software if software really becomes the new intermediator. And the question is, well, who gets regulated under what conditions? DAOs, obviously, and decentralized organizations open a big old can of worms. But if it's a company making money off of software they maintain and that software is being used, like that's a good starting place for, and then the question becomes like, well, what does that regulatory framework look like for that type of software? And I think it's dictated by the activity the software is performing. And it doesn't have to look, but the point is, whatever it is, it's going to look entirely different in many respects than the current regulatory regime. But I think that is probably where we're ending up. And I think you're also going to see, I think the trend is towards the base protocols and the basic functioning of those base protocols being considered different enough in kind where they are not subject to that regulation. And I think that actually probably gets us to a pretty good place. And one which would engender, I think, broader participation by regulated entities like banks and financial institutions in the space, which is obviously going to be very important.
Ripple is becoming a world central bank, and XRP's price is about to explode in value, with the SEC lawsuit coming close to an end, with Ripple seemingly coming out on top, with blockchain implementation speeding up, and with the next major crypto catalyst regulations edging ever closer. In my opinion, not financial advice of course, you may never see a 50 cents XRP again in your lifetime. The crucial, simple reason why XRP is at the price is at right now, simply, it doesn't have any new money net inflows that are significant enough to drive up the price. And if this stays net neutral forever, XRP would never ever increase in price, because this is not stock, this is cryptocurrency. But alongside everything I've showed you in this video, these two things that have recently happened will cause XRP's price to start rising. These two things happen short term, one being the reduction of public supply from exchanges, and the second being new money entering XRP, like institutional adoption via any payment method. As I keep reiterating to you, XRP is a utility token that isn't being utilized to the fullest right now. However, the demand for XRP is increasing, and as it does, this will take XRP out of the public exchanges as more institutions begin using it. Remember, XRP was never intended for retail. It was always intended for institutional adoption, institutional use. These private liquidity hubs will demand more XRP and will seek the public exchange supply as a source, making XRP become more scarce on public exchanges and therefore increasing the price of XRP in retail. I go back again to Uphold to remind you that this is already happening. Institutions are utilizing XRP right now, and with the current developments ongoing right now, Metacoin and Ripple now fully merging together, XRP is becoming a future world central bank and is only going to scale up from here. XRP's price is going to go parabolic. Always look at the bigger picture. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.